Hey guys, it's Dr. Kirby here and we're back with another video. So today's video is not a Wilder video related thing yet, but I just want to talk about is the Samira skin really an ultimate? And we're going to go through the history of ultimate skins, briefly obviously, and then we'll go through why I don't think ultimate is really an ultimate anymore unless you really want to amp it up. So with that being said, let's get on with the video. Once again, this is my opinion and it's never fact, it's just an opinion. So yeah, let's get into it. So wait, I need to open a tab. Oh, I'm so not prepared for this. Give me a tab. I'll open a tab in the background about the Samira spotlight so I can talk about it. There we go, we have the thing here. Okay, let's talk about this one. So, what defines an ultimate skin? Oh wait, there's also another thing that I want to share with y'all. It's on my Twitter. I have it on my likes. So I'll show you guys in a second. Okay, there's this tweet. Before we get into it, let's talk about this tweet that I saw on Twitter by Ishmael Fens, or Ismail. I hope I said that right. So he's a Samira main. As you can see here, said hundreds of hours of playing Samira, and there are things I can't ignore. So I made a comparison between some recycled / similar animations that I saw on Soul Fighter. I was gonna say Street Fighter. From her base model. It isn't only a question about lack of unique stuff as an ultimate. We talk about copy and paste and lack of care and polish. So you can see the tweet here. Like, I'm not gonna play the sound. So you can see from the ultimate animations alone. I mean, the look, it's very similar to Samira's thing, and I kind of noticed that too. But there's also a caveat to this part. I've said this in every skin review I have. It's really hard to make something really unique. An animation. A good example could just be Crystal Rose Lux in Wild Rift. Remember when it was so plain that they had to take Cosmic Lux's animations to make it look unique, but that's still starting from Cosmic Lux. You can't. There's only a few things that a human body can do, to make it to be looking cool, and that's why most of the things are copy and pasted, right? Oh, I forgot to do another comparison. Chroma Crash Samira. That's what we need to talk about. Oh, okay, I played the video. So yeah, looking at Ismail's video here, you can see this is from his Twitter at Ismail Fens. You can see that the animations here are very obvious, and obviously, if you're a Seraphine main, the way she moves will be obviously different, and obviously her ultimate isn't really like that because her ultimate is basically a legendary skin with 3 looks, so we're not going to get into that. So let's look at her spotlight briefly. I mean, what makes this skin look ultimate? Well, I heard a rumor, or I don't know if this is true, but around, I'm going to mute this, but around like late game, this skin transforms the more kills she gets. So as you can see, she has 7 kills, but by 13 kills, she will start having to look, what, English? She will look like she has put on, and her face looks like Shaco. That's why when we saw that, there was like a promotional art for this game that looks like it was Shaco, but it wasn't, it was Samira. Notice even when she buys more crit, if we can see her like ultimate animation here. When she buys more crit, this will pop up. Not crit, I think this is by levels or kills. As you can see here, this thing will transform more and more to more flashy, as you can see here. Because usually in the early spotlight preview, it doesn't show the reflections. See, look, notice it doesn't show those clones. That means it evolves as the game progresses based on how many kills you get. Now, this is not the first concept that we've ever done. The first concept was Ezreal. Ezreal was the first ever like ultimate skin we had back in what? I don't remember the year. 2013, 2014 roundabout? Did they show you when this was released? No. No, they should show it, right? He is pretty old, yeah, this is pretty old. I mean, this was the first transforming skin. His skin evolved at 6, 11, and 16, had unique voice lines and everything. Then it got reworked, so now he is a bit more up to par with standards of skins. But to be honest, I feel like he's still now in this generation. Compare that to 10 years ago. I feel like Ezreal is more like a legendary plus now, and that's what I see in Samira, to be honest. Minus the recycling animations, because I think the Prodigal Explorer, not the Prodigal Explorer, Crossfire Ezreal is a bit more unique because it was the first and stuff. And as you can see here, the features, they also, excuse me, I'm burping. Another thing that makes Ultimate is the bonus that you get from buying the skin. So let's talk about it. So when I bought, everyone gets that by the way. So when I bought KDA All Out Surfing, actually I didn't buy it. My sister gave it to me for free. She had free RP from Amazon Prime. I think I told you guys the story. And yeah, she gave it to me. So when I bought this skin, what I got was icons. We type Seraphine. These were the icons I got from doing the quest. Pretty, right? And if we go back to my collection, we'll go through, where's Seraphine? I have that skin. If you guys won't see it, but when you go to the loading screen, I have the border as well, and I think it's the signature version as well. So there's that. When you buy ultimate skins, you already have the bundle. As like you won't get this in like epic skins, it's limited time, but in ultimate skins, they're always there. So same with probably, I don't own all the ultimate skins. DJ Sona for sure has it. DJ Sona on the other hand though has backgrounds and icons. If you read her info over here, she was probably this after Udyr. Came out in 2015, I think. See, she has 3 forms that you can switch on the fly. You can do it on the fly. That was like high tech at the time, because I don't think the game could have handled switching from different modes like that, you know. The music thing was also a big deal, that I think Seraphine has now as a passive, that everyone can hear the music and you can choose it to turn off. And the big part is the borders and the 3 exclusive icons which grant dynamic profile backgrounds. This was also concepted in Udyr, Spiritgar Udyr. He was the first one who has that, changing the background based on your icon profile pic. But the catalyst of all ultimate skins was Elementalist Lux. Now this was a big skin. And I'm not even kidding you. I love my ultimates. I mean, I love my legendaries, but no one can top Lux. This was too much. The T. There's 10 forms. You can evolve it depending on what you want. That triggers new transformations, new elemental effects on your abilities for all the forms, and 5 exclusive icons. That's a lot. That sounds like my computer heated, you know. But now with better technology with Riot, since they stopped doing 32-bit computers, I feel like it's gonna run better now. So I was surprised that Chroma Crash. I was surprised that Soul Fighter Samira is a little janky, you know. And it's Samira. You can do so much with that. And this one, I don't know what she's throwing here on her emote. I think she's throwing a crown or something. But it's kind of still similar to when she's throwing a coin. Taunt. It could have been something else. Why you're throwing something else? And why still the counter? You know, it's, I don't know. Sometimes it's not good to stick to it. Sometimes because it is an ultimate skin, people would want something unique, right? So yeah, ultimate Lux is the one skin that really like changed everything. I think her voice line changes per transformation, per form, because you know she's more angsty in her like the darker colors, etc., etc. So yeah, also didn't know. If you go to what's it, accessories, bundles, there's still this. The Mentalist Lux Master Edition. You get these 5 icons and award skin, and the Lux skin. So, a lot. It's, you're paying 700 RP extra for the awards, I think. I don't know about the icons, but yeah, it's a lot. So you guys get my point. But then when God Goddess Misfortune came out, it kind of went off. It kind of went off to the point that Riot had to cheapen the skin price. Sure, that's been forgiven with Battle Bunny Misfortune, which is also out on Wild Rift. But yeah, the vision was not giving. I mean, there's 4 models with exosuits, new visual and sound effects for every exosuit, which is great. Say yes to that. I think Seraphine also has that. You can swap between weapons and forms number of times while you're at your base, and it gives you again the icons and the profile background. That's great. But I guess it was not up to par to what Ultimate Skin is, and it was inevitably priced down to 2775, which is great, you know, because value, right? And then we go on to Seraphine. Now, Seraphine is just a legendary skin with 3 colors. She can't change forms. The weirdest thing is for me, if I can click, I can't click her skin. The weirdest thing for me is, why was Seraphine not like Battle Bunny, not Battle Bunny, Gun Goddess, or even freaking DJ, you know? The the thing I hated, I had to pay when I got this skin. I have to pay for the quest, and the rate of quest that follows Seraphine's journey to fame. 3 unique forms to unlock during the quest. Then this was the turn off. Then choose from during champ select. Why am I choosing it? Why can't I switch on the fly? Why can't you just make it transform in the game? At level 6, when she gets her ultimate, there should have been 4 forms actually. Like the base skin, then she goes to Indie, and then she goes to the Rising Star, and then at level 16, when she gets her ultimate, she becomes a KDA All Out, or something else like that. It would have been better if they changed it up like that, but then again, if you want to see the skin more, then why not separate it to just 3 separate skins? They give you an icon, an emote, and the border. I don't remember that emote, but there's that. But to be honest, more could have been done thematically, you know. It's not the best, but it's what she has. I wouldn't call this 1 skin. I would have called this 3 skins. So if you divided 3250 by 3, it's around 1,000 something RP. So there's that. But once again, she's gotten a lot of skins, so we can say no to that. Now, how does Samira come along to these 6 skins? 6 ultimates? Well, let's talk about it. I think she's in Seraphine level. I don't even think God Goddess will compare to Samira. I don't know, because there's just some oomph missing. I mean, let's talk about Legendaries. I can tell you which one is the best Legendary just from like seeing their spotlights once. I haven't seen Ink Shadow. Karma was great. Ribbon was kind of eh. No one talks about Aurelia. Diana was the best legendary ever made in recent times, because if she gets a pentakill, it snows. And just everything about it, from the model difference, unique animations. That's, remember, when you're making a skin, it's 2 different teams. It's a different team. So one team was making Mythmaker skins, different team. And the Diana one is known for making good skins. And it was a holiday theme, you know? No one expected that, right? And they succeeded. Space Groove Teemo was good as well. I didn't even know Empyrean Pack was a legendary till I was starting to make this video. Seth was good, Akali was good, Kaisa was good, Leona was good, Sivir was bad. Sivir was also the same creator for Aurelia's, I think, team, so you can tell the difference there. Balbany was great. I don't... that's real. Ugh, I don't know what said. These 2 were cool. Yoni is iconic. All my girlies know what this is. It's great. These 2 are in Wild Rift now, so... But, again, white color, 1 color is... this is nice. Mordekaiser and Renekton were great. Mordekaiser especially because of how he ults. You need to know. Blitzcrank was... what was Blitzcrank? Blitzcrank is coming to Wild Rift, actually. This was nice, the Caitlyn one. This was nice. This was nice. This was nice. Queen, everyone wants that too with Evelyn. We got this already in Wild Rift. This was a mid. This was nice. I have the red color one. This is a must. We already have this in Wild Rift. Nice. This is good. He is good. He already has a Chroma in Wild Rift. I think it's also in Wild Rift, so that's good. I own the blue one on Wild Rift and as well on PC. This is cute. This is cool for Kayn, but it's confusing thematically. This is good. there's everything has been good in the past. To be honest, I didn't even know Dark Star Rush was a legendary. Anyway, but we need to remember how we started. As you can see, this is a legendary skin, but it's at 975 T. We started with Gentleman Cho'Gath. The difference, that where we are now, and then Mundo was next, but Mundo evolved, right? And Nuno as well, and Fiddle as well. Fiddle is also a 975 skin, by the way. There's some skins that are cheap, but notice how the quality is from like, how old are we now? 14 years ago, 15 years ago, to, well, I wouldn't say 15, maybe 13 years ago to now. There has to be more in that. And with computers' bases becoming more like high tech, like even like my computer can handle Street Fighter 6, which is a pretty demanding game, but it still runs well. So like a lot of computers now in League at least should be able to keep up with the modern stuff. That's why a lot of people are saying that if they made a League of Legends 2, they should really update the engine so that there's a lot more crazy stuff happening with skins, because nowadays the more time passes on, the more the value of skins become less because of how technology is evolving at a faster rate. So for example, this is worth the price now, but I don't think this would be worth priced now, 1820. You know, I hate that it's fixed, but we need to know what makes a legendary now in 2023. So we went through all the skins, legendaries, and ultimates, and how it's different to Samira in terms of quality, right? I mean, I think I already reacted to this briefly. I mean, even her pentacle one doesn't really scream like, oh my gosh, it's worth the money. I'm not jaw dropped, you know. Let's talk about something that's let's talk about her legendary skin in Wild Rift. Chroma Crash Samira. I mean, the voice actress is getting checked. She is getting checked. Now, this skin uniquely, concept wise, it's not related to fighting. It's not related to this. The reason why I don't like Soul Fighter Samira as much, I feel like it's base Samira, just base Samira with an outfit change. Why? Because it feels like she's still in Runeterra. I know Soul Fighter takes place in a different universe, but I feel like Soul Fighter is like League of Legends, but League of Legends having a fighting tournament. So if a fighting like a MOBA, like a ballerina in a ballerina, you know what I mean? Soul Fighter is literally just like, you know, because it's the 2v2 promotion event, right? So it's kind of weird that, you know, these are happening. I feel like this is just Canon Samira just visiting the Soul Fighter era. Chroma Crash, on the other hand, is in another universe. We're in the Splatoon universe, y'all. Now, she looks way different. She doesn't look like her base, obviously. And she has the paint buckets and stuff, you know, she is giving vibes. But that's still Samira. You should see her recall, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Come on. Look, she's on a bike. She's on a bike. Look, how am I going to base? Gotta go with my bike. It's crazy. Imagine if you TP and you have your bike and then you just dash in with your combo. Isn't that crazy? Come on now. Whoever has this skin, y'all should be blessed, you know. Look at her walking animation. She's spray canning the air. There's some sound effects here with her guitar. I think Samira has that too. Yeah, wait. Okay. So Samira's passive, like the letters, the combo, sounds similar to kind of like a pentacle electric guitar, or sounds like her bass, but this one sounds very different. Look at that, she's throwing a paint gun. Isn't that cool? See, it's a bit more in Samira's passive. It sounds like a, you know how Samira's combo sounds. This one is more like Guitar Hero vibes. A bit more different. Okay, let's see. I want you guys to see the ultimate. This is cute. That's cute. This animation is throwing paintbrushes and shit. Look at that. Her ultimate is the selling point. Watch. Oh, look at her passive S as well. Samira's passive in Soul Fighter looks similar with that red flame. They could have changed it up a little bit. Maybe mix in with some purple flame with her purple flame with the red to make it cool. Look at her passive. Look at her ultimate. Look at that. She's spinning on her bike. She's spinning on her bike. The sound effects are also good. Look at that. It makes sense because Paint, she sounds like a sadistic killer, but she's just a can girl. Very can girl. You know, and then she said not to make the world color or something. I don't know what she said, but it's like she sounds like a bloodlusted person, but it's not. She just wants to paint. No, because her world is entirely white. You know? So yeah. I wonder what they're gonna do with this skin. Go check Ismail's post about this, and go check Twitter conversations as well, because there's a lot of tea there. And yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about with this video. I know it's 21 minutes, and I rambled. I know that's what happens when you don't have a script, but I hope you guys, you know, get educated and see for yourself if you think this is an ultimate skin. I don't think it is, because from Sona to Lux, these are the only ones that I think in this game, in League PC, that up the standards of ultimate skins for their time. Now that time is different, and now that technology is different, a lot of games are updating their engines to an updated hardware. I think it's time for Riot to do the same, and, you know, bring more things creatively that they haven't done in skins before. You know, think outside the box. You know, if we're paying for this extra price in times where everything is getting so expensive, then they should really make it valuable, even if they're scared of losing the money, you know? So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. What do you guys think? Do you think they're gonna change it? A lot of tea and drama is happening with this skin, and I think for Samira, she really deserves it, you know? But props to the voice actress of Samira. She's getting checked. She's getting paid. She has the money. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys liked the video, like it. If you don't dislike, make sure you guys subscribe, notification bell for whenever I upload a new video. I am a VTuber who does Wild Rift content, but I also specialize in variety content, like what I did with League of Legends today. Join my Discord, link in the description below, and make sure you, what's the word? Donate to my PayPal/Coffee to support me in the channel in the long run. I am not monetized yet, so that's all I'm relying on at the moment. What else? Oh, follow me on Twitter. I was at Twitter at drcurvy_YT. I am spilling the tea and being a horny tea on Twitter. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. And thank you for watching this debate. Bye bye.